All right. So we got the sun and the sun. Okay. Which sun, okay, sun represents knowledge. Okay. And you see the cherry over time and you see the rays that come from it. Okay. Represents the sun. Okay. A sun ray is not a sun, but the offspring of the sun, as knowledge is to wisdom. Meaning, just because a sun ray comes down and touches you, and you are given some knowledge, consider the source of that knowledge. Therefore, all glory and praise goes to God, because in him is complete light and no darkness in him, and charity he puts above all things. It is written that if a man does not have charity, he does not have anything, and God gives, and he upbraids not. He gives freely. Out of the goodness of his heart, he said, if you have issues with the man, it's not even right to give to that man, because that would be like a sin. Energetic transference. The sun, the sun, is the light of the world. But the son is the light of the world as well. And the light of this world is Lucifer. But Lucifer is not Christ. Lucifer is an impostor. With Ray, there is knowledge, and knowledge of this world. And this world is as spiritual Egypt, named Lucifer, and that means bondage. Euros, affections of man, so for Euros, there's the whore of Babylon also. She wears scarlet. Mammon is what man serves. Services and works and leverage. Little M, finger gang signs held up with their hands. Grand architects, Eastern Star, Morning Star, Venus, a cherub, the mighty archer, archer being a spy, a bow and arrow, a chubby child with wings and a bow and arrow, it's Cupid. Valentine's Day and what we diagnose love as sexual affections which are sensual and not of commitment and higher connections pertaining to principles, then you could say the perspective of love would make love more subtle, considering red and the blood of the saints, which the whore is after. Ray, as in you're catching the red eye, is that flight after midnight, I think. And you know what that means when it comes to the bedroom. The cherub. Be in the world, but not of the world, such as this world is a lie, a projection of light. I told the truth. The other is the one who implements the madness. Christ wears a red robe that signifies the blood, but the whore wears a red robe with purple garnish, and she wears scarlet, and she's known as a whore. And rides the beast, the trafficking of drugs and flesh, considering the dark market and the black triangle, considering dark fetishes and fetishes of the flesh covers shame, and shameful is this covering for that Christ gave. These are considered to be secrets, these secrets so lowly. What are the things that this world goes to war for, and what is a barren room? And why does the sun also look like an anus? That could be all in perspective considering the first eye, which they call ray, that has a quail like a sperm. The core or the seed of the fruit is in the center of itself, considering the brain. It's shaped like a vulva or a rose, a butterfly. How to pimp a butterfly is like pimping both hemispheres of the brain. Understand? Lady Liberty stands on the corner of every inner city under a red light, the red dragon. And the lust of the flesh amongst the field of beasts in the wilderness, fighting against temptation in one's own mind. Standing there like Rocky Balboa, hitting the speed bag. Trained in the meditation, not to get drowned in the Mariana Trench of society and society's circumstances for a black man, not knowing he's a Jew. Kunte Kinte means I used to be king. They call me by a by name, no one remembers me. The shackles from my brain have been lifted off, I'm free. Fiery dove over my third eye. So I want you to know that Jesus is the light of the world, and nothing new is under the sun. And consciousness happens under the sun, but the sun wouldn't know according to knowledge. And knowledge goes by what things looks like, considering physical light and examination. But in your conscious, there is no darkness when you examine any objects. It's just light. So, God says, I create the light and the dark. No one goes to the Father but through me. All right? Meaning that the spirit of man, which is the man of sin or the beast or the flesh, is not Christ, but Christ took that man into his bosom on the cross. In a projection, we might see things flicker. The part that all light is him. The part that shines not is us. And our light is hid with Christ. This world goes according to things and what things look like. But oftentimes, things are not what they look like, aren't they? Also. So considering consciousness, this thing that is spiritual, and mighty archers, and the fall of man in the garden, and what he discovered in the midst of it. Considering childbirth, considering marriage, and the Garden of Eden, what we fell from, and how we live now. Jesus Christ is the light of the world. But for those who are physical and carnal, the light of their world is Lucifer. The illusion, the mirage, what things look like. Just know that Jesus Christ is not Lucifer, and Lucifer is an imposter. Both can seem similar, but they're quite different. The mark of a beast is a cross, and Jesus was hung on a cross. And we say that the worm that dieth not is Re, and Re is the god of Egypt. All right? Jesus was the Son of God and also the Son of Man. Considering babies, we come in here without any spiritual insight or any wisdom. We are as a seed that's planted into the soil of this world, which is a lie and a matrix, to fend for ourselves and figure out our path. This trial by fire will raise up thorns that'll pierce our head by the sweat of our brow. We eat the bread of the Bible through our somnambulous state, hoping that we can get a breadcrumb. But this cross is not the same as this cross, and their ways are diametrically opposed. Christ is salvation, the Sabbath. Even when we rest in peace, the Prince of Peace, the bosom of Abraham. All right? Death and the Sabbath. Sabbath and the number 7. The number 7 meaning perfection or completion. It would seem that Christ is a tree with mixture, but he's not. Lucifer is. It's just that he took the man of sin, which is the beast of flesh, into his bosom and all man's ways to sanctify us over time. So if a man of sin was overlaid with the angel with no sin, would they cancel out? No, that would make Nephilim, so you could tell Jesus is different. Because an angel mixed with the fallen man will make a Nephilim, and many of us came from the stars. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out.